Hi, I'm Noah Tallerman, Head of Product Design at Fleet, and I'm excited to walk you through what Fleet's going to build in the next 3 months, the first 3 months of 2025. And then I'm going to also walk you through the big three opportunities we see in the near future, things that we're working towards in the next 180 days. What you're looking at on my screen right now is the roadmap for Fleet in the next 3 months. Fleet over the next 3 months is going to ship an integration with Microsoft compliance tools. We know that security often requires that a device is managed in order for the employee to access company resources and data. We're going to make it so that you can easily connect Fleet to Microsoft's suite of tools to manage whether or not the employee can use Entra to log into their third-party apps, for example, GitHub, their email, etc. We're going to make it so you can use whether or not the device is managed as a rule, and you can write custom rules using Fleet's policies, which are driven by osquery queries. Anything that you can write with an osquery query can be a rule on whether or not the employee can access company resources. We're also going to ship read-only GitOps mode. At Fleet in 2024, we innovated in a way to democratize change with GitOps. You can manage your devices using a GitHub, GitLab, or Bitbucket repo to easily manage the settings on your device, which apps are installed, etc. We want to make it so that you can lock down the UI and point users to where in your repo they need to make a change in order for that change to be reflected across your organization. This way, you can educate users who are new to GitOps, and you can protect changes to your devices so that they always go through code review. GitOps is optional. If you choose to use the Fleet UI, you can. We're also going to add Fleet-maintained apps for Windows. There are a lot of celebrity apps on Windows, including browsers, productivity tools, including the Microsoft suite like Word and Excel. We're going to make it so you can easily add these with one click in Fleet rather than go to the vendor's website, download the tool, and add it to Fleet. We're also going to build an integration with DigiCert. Security often requires us in IT to deliver a certificate for what people call device attestation. This way, the device can prove that it's a member or registered in the organization, and it's approved to use third-party tools. DigiCert is a popular third-party tool for certificate delivery. We're going to make it easy for you to connect Fleet to DigiCert, and we'll keep those certificates up to date for you. This way, we can work with our internal identity teams. They provide us with the credentials for DigiCert, and that's it. We've got everything ready to go in terms of certificate delivery. We're also going to unify or create one queue for MDM command software and scripts. This way we can guarantee order of operations. We know that order of operations is important. For example, installing CrowdStrike on Mac devices requires that a profile is installed first to lay down a system extension. This has to happen before the app install, otherwise the app install will fail. By unifying the queue, we can guarantee that one action profile install happens before the second one, CrowdStrike install, and you can see this on the My Device page or the host details page in Fleet. We're also going to build Android MDM for personal devices to enable employee choice. At Fleet, we allow the employee to use, and at many other organizations, whatever device they want when they join the organization. Some people come with their Android personal devices. Some people come with their Apple or iPhones or iPads. We want to enable the employee to bring whatever they want to work and access company resources on those tools. And in order to access company resources, you need to be able to manage those devices. We're also going to add more data for detection, response, and threat hunting. Oftentimes, security teams in detection and response need access to what the device is doing on the internet. When managing devices, security is paramount. Often this information is sensitive to the end user. So we're going to focus on exposing this info, what is being collected and when, transparently to users as part of Fleet Scope transparency. These features will be off by default and they will be opt-in. The end user will know when their organization has opted in to collecting more sensitive data. We're also going to build auto-patching software without writing custom policies. In 2024, Fleet added the ability to auto-install software with custom policies. We're going to make it easier in 1 or 2 clicks to add a piece of software and tell Fleet to keep it up to date for you. This way, you don't have to write the policy, keep the app up to date with the newest version, and update the policy so that it's checking for a new version floor. We're also going to ship identity provider host vitals. We know it's important to map employees with their Okta group and Okta information, and map that to their device. That way, we can take certain actions on the finance employees, the employees that belong to the engineering organization, install specific apps according to the Okta group, and many more workflows. This is going to mean that there's no more need for building custom tooling or a custom database to keep track of all the mapping between employees and their device outside of Fleet. This is going to be all in Fleet. So that's what we're going to be shipping in the next 3 months. And I'm excited to introduce the big opportunities that we see over the next 180 days. We're also going to be building towards account-based user enrollment for personal devices. This is Apple's new way to enroll personal devices. And that way you can enforce employee privacy and employee-based permissions. We're also going to enhance maintenance windows with native patching for apps in OS. In 2024, Fleet released maintenance windows, which was an innovation to remediate a device only when an employee is free, when they have an open slot on their calendar. What we're going to add is the ability to do this all in Fleet. There's no more need to catch a webhook in Tines and then trigger the script run or the software install. Instead, you'll be able to say, install this app or run this script when the employee is free to remediate a device. This means that there's no more waking up and logging into your computer to have to wait for a 20-minute OS update. We're also going to be working on AI-generated osquery queries. Fleet has an expansive list of tables, a huge amount of raw data that you can collect on devices with osquery. What this means is there's not going to be any more wrestling with osquery, learning the schema, spending a lot of time testing whether or not you wrote the column name correctly. AI will generate a suggested query for you. You'll be able to tweak it, and this will be optional and off by default. We're also envisioning that you'll be able to take actions on these results. Let's say a query returns a list of all the hosts that have Firefox version 1.37 installed. We want you to be able to run a script across all those hosts. That is what we're going to be working on in the next 3 months of 2025 and the 3 big opportunities that Fleet sees in the next 180 days. Please let us know if you have any feedback. You can find us in the #Fleet channel in the osquery Slack where we hang out. Thanks.